And welcome back to Talk of the Town, as there are now two Richards on the set, as Richard MacDonald is joining me. He's the director of the Stoughton Public Library, and thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Rich.
Yeah, you know, one of the topics that we're talking about today is how the library can help job seekers, which could be me very soon if I do a bad job in this interview, so you never know. So let's talk about that a little bit. Say I'm looking for a job. How can the public library help me out?
Okay, well, you know, people of all ages find themselves searching for a job either by design or because something happens and they find themselves jobless. So whatever the reason, it's good to think that that's a full-time job. And coming to the library, even if you have internet access at home, is a really good thing to do, because librarians who are experts at searching out information can help you find websites that would have job openings in your field. Maybe these websites would be new to you, and also websites that would have job openings if there's a specific geographic location that you're interested in.
Okay.
So both those ways would help.
So let's say then I find the job that I think is going to be perfect for me. How can the library then help me going through the actual application process?
Okay, well, most people like to start by updating the resume, and not just updating the facts, but also updating maybe the look of it or the emphasis. For example, when I look at resumes, I always skip over those sections that say job goals. I'm not interested in goals, I'm interested in accomplishments. And so the internet has also loads of resume sites, and the resume books that we have in the library are among the more popular ones and more well used. So we can show you how to find those.
How about when it comes to doing something even more specific, like saying writing a letter of application?
Okay, that's usually called a cover letter. And there's many excellent books about those and how to write them. And if you come and visit us, we can show you how to find those. But in addition to that, we can also put you in touch with other community resources that can help you with the same thing, help you more with the hands-on. We don't give the actual instruction, but we can help you find places that might.
Now, sometimes it's hard just to get noticed, whether it's through the cover letter, through the resume. Say we get to that point where we actually get an interview, Richard, okay? The exciting time's coming up.
Okay.
Now what?
All right. Well, you've got the interview, and you really want to have a great interview, of course, and you want to thoroughly know your field. Let's say you do that, and you want to project confidence and enthusiasm. Now, one job that I was hired for, they told me later that the reason they hired me was because I was the most enthusiastic person.
Okay.
Okay.
I can see that about you.
Not necessarily the most experienced, but the most enthusiastic. And consider this teaser. This is a book called The Invisible Gorilla, and Other Ways Our Intuitions Deceive Us. It's by Christopher Chabaris and Daniel Simmons. It's the book that taught me the real value of projecting confidence. You can ask for it at your nearest public library. And this is an example of some things, unexpected but effective sources of information that librarians can lead you to.
Very nice. Now, being a gentleman, do I have to wear a necktie to the interview then?
Well, you know, this is March, and March is a seasonally challenged month, but dressing well is never out of season. And so I would recommend that you do. And here's 3 little necktie books that might help. This first one is called How to Tie, Learn to Tie a Tie in 6 Easy Steps by Robert Seifert. And this is a nice one that we just got. It's 14 ways to tie a necktie. It's from neckties.com, so that's right off from a website. And this is an old classic, 85 Ways to Tie a Tie by Thomas Fink and Young Mao. This is one of my favorites. Believe it or not, I've tried all 85 of them.
Get out. I think I know one way. There's the half Windsor, and I do that one, and that's about it.
Right, right. Well, I can give you some practical advice right now if you'd like to.
Yeah, let's see what you got.
Okay.
I'm very excited for this because, like I said, I'm a one-way kind of tie kind of guy.
Okay, all right.
Does that make any sense, what I just said? Probably not.
Well, that makes sense to me. All right. Well, I'm going to show you how to tie a knot. This is called a boutonniere knot.
Okay.
And this is a knot that's tied with the narrow end. So we're going to start with the wide end and put it about the length that we want.
Okay.
Okay, some people like a little shorter, a little longer. Okay, so you take the narrow end, put it across like this, and then we start by putting it over, up through like this, and around the side it first started from. Okay, that's the hard part. The rest is easy. Under, around the back, and then over the top. This whole knot is kind of over the top.
Okay.
I'm an over-the-top kind of guy.
That's
So
agreeable.
Okay, so now you can see the knot taking shape.
Yeah.
Okay, so around the back and over the top, down and around the back, over the top, down and around the back,
If you tie this tie to an interview, you're going to get the job. That's almost guaranteed.
Yeah,
so,
you bet.
we're going to finish up here on Richard tying this tie, and we thank him for joining us from the Stoughton Public Library in the South Central Library System, and we'll have more as we come back to a well-tied Richard here on Talking the Town at CW57.